people are like, oh, it's football. You're not that nerdy. No, I am very nerdy. I've got books and videos and DVDs and
Check
lots
out
of
this
stuff.
book. So I go to thrift stores all the time and I look for books, and check out this one I found recently.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I have it.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I
This
have
is
that
called
one.
When Pride Still Mattered.
It's
Uh,
great.
it's
It
about Vince
is
Lombardi.
it is so great. Um and I really love Vince Lombardi was a coach ahead of his time. Have you read it yet, or you just
No, I
recently
just I
found
just
it?
picked it up.
Okay.
Tell me more about Vince Lombardi.
So Vince Lombardi was really a coach ahead of
So
his
I also have
time.
this one too.
Oh, that I do not have that one. But I mean, every time I go to the bookstore, I do go to the football section first.
Nice.
Um, so Vince Lombardi was definitely a coach ahead of his time. He was very strict, and he was one of the first coaches of color as well, and one of the first coaches to be very open as far as he didn't care what color a player was. He just wanted to see his talent, and he definitely changed the way football is to this day. He was one of the first coaches to not care if they were gay. He did not care. He cared about the talent, and he was very strict with performance and practice, 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 practice. But it's why literally the Lombardi trophy is named after him. He pretty much shaped what football should be. He came into Green Bay Packers when at the time they were not winning at all. They were doing
They're
terrible.
bad.
And he completely just from the ground up just implemented his strategies. And my favorite quote of his is, if you're late, no, I'm sorry. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, wait, yeah, it's like it's something like that, but I always tell it to my kids, like, if you're on time, you're late. If you're late, like, you're late,
Yeah.
so you need to come early. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. There we go. I figured it out. Yeah, so that was like his thing. Um, and if you were not on time to his practice, you would not play. It doesn't matter who you were. You could have been Aaron Rodgers at the time, and he would have sat you out because you were late to his practice. He was just so different, and you have to read that book just because it goes into depth of just the kind of and now I figured out that I'm Italian. I'm not even French. I did the ancestry DNA thing. I found out I'm Italian.
Nice.
But for him to come in as an Italian, as a colored coach, um, it was change. He changed it all, and he definitely experienced racism, at that time. Also, Green Bay didn't. Green Bay experienced a lot of firsts. They when all the teams went under during the depression, this is just like a fun fact.
Fun fact.
When all the teams went down during the depression, Green Bay didn't, because of the fact that they make so much alcohol in Wisconsin. I I'm pretty sure you've been to Wisconsin. You live near it. Um,
I'm from Wisconsin. Yeah.
yeah, so they make so much alcohol, it's crazy. And during that time, the team didn't go under because everybody would get drunk at the like after the games. Like
Good.
in people's basements. And they were just, yeah, they were all there. They all knew that even the players from the opposite team knew that they would be able to get drunk after the game. So so yeah, so they never went under because of that. That just like randomly popped up. I
Wow.
don't know why. But so yeah, he was very strict. He was also the one who first put the coils underneath the field to heat the field.
Really interesting.
Yeah, he did that because if you read that book, he or I think it's even on the NFL, the Football Life of Vince Lombardi on
Okay.
HBO. So they talks about how he was just in his living room with his wife, and she had one of those blankets that keeps you warm, and they called him a mad scientist.
Okay.
He tore that blanket apart trying to figure out how it was a heated blanket. And so then he went to the field, went to the basement, and created these coils to put they called him a mad scientist. And that's how the it became the frozen tundra. That game against the Cowboys was when he debuted the heated field. But
Wow.
because the tarp that he put over it wasn't, it seeped, like the heat seeped up on top of the grass. So when they took the tarp off, the grass became ice. That's how it became the ice bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because the tarp is a special kind of tarp that they put over it now. Obviously, it's
Yeah.
got like it's more of a mesh, just so that the snow doesn't land on it. But he put a plastic tarp, and so when
Okay.
the field was heating underneath, it was creating like all that moisture. And when they
Yeah.
took the tarp off, it just became
Oh,
ice, and that's why it became like an ice skating rink. You have to read this, and you have to watch the Football Life of Vince Lombardi on HBO.
okay. Well, I have this book and I'll be sure to read it.
Yes.
Um,
And also Far
exciting.
Forever. There's also Far Forever. I don't know if you've ever read that one either.
I've
No, I'm
seen
sorry.
the
The
DVD of
Not
it.
Reddit. I'm sorry. Yes, the
Yeah,
DVD.
I've watched that a number of times.
Okay. Yeah, so that
I
one's
used to
good
watch
too.
that in my my college dorm here in Chicago. I'd play that.